build on that and ask you, going forward, what are the ways we can do a better job of involving the communities that you represent and those that your colleagues who aren't here on the podium with you represent in supporting our alliance going forward? Do you have suggestions for how to do more? I guess you always have suggestions for how to do more.
Well, of course. Well, I agree that this is not the end of the suffering. This is the end of new free world where we have to make choices and to make our world even better because, well, we have a lot of threats. Lithuania was recently chairing Community of Democracies, and we've been counting with our friends how many democracies we have in the world, and actually we were quite saddened that, you know, it's maybe a decade or so, number of democracies actually were increasing. Well, that was before Arab Spring and so on, but the pressure on democracies, it's huge outside and inside, especially after economic crisis, societies are radicalizing and so on. So we have to do a lot in order to expand that family of free and democratic nations because, you know, threats are all around. And, well, I was saying today to Liz and Ben, well, let's think seriously. Lithuania will now preside over the European Union in 2013. What shall we do? Kind of, well, I think we should really try to think how do we strengthen our economic side of relations. You know, we did a lot in our nice and cozy Nordic Baltic region. We did a lot inside EU. But for me, America and Europe, that's actually the same family. So what should we do in order to strengthen our economic and trade relations? What should we do in order to create the most competitive and most innovative market in the world in order to withstand all those pressures? And, well, my answer is just to use Lithuanians, you know. They are all around in America. Let's think together.
Would you like to answer this also or no?
I leave it.
No? Okay.
Just make
well,
it.
I cannot but agree. There is an excellent bilateral cooperation between Lithuania and Romania and between our communities here. So let's do it. Coming back to NATO, I think speaking about the future of NATO, which, well, we hope that, and some of us are convinced that NATO will continue to have a bright future. But I think one of the most important issues here is how to prepare NATO, how to have NATO be adaptable, how to adapt NATO to the emerging risks or threats of the future, which are changing. Because we are living in a totally different, well, I'm not telling you something that you wouldn't know, but in the international environment is today different than it was, let's say, 20 years ago, even 10 years ago. And I think this is a challenge for all of us, how to make NATO remain what it is, strengthening the political commitment, or continue to strengthen the political, because it's, no one, I think, has doubts about this, and enhancing the capabilities.